This video is proudly sponsored by Gamersgate. Download games anytime, anywhere. Visit Gamersgate.com.
Welcome to Elder Geeks Elder Speak. Today is Wednesday, April 25th, 2012. In the background today, you're going to be seeing me play some gameplay footage from Warlock, Master of the Arcane. Now, please don't pick on me because of how badly I suck at the game. It is just a preview build, and I am one of the world's worst strategy gamers of, all time. So, please don't make fun of me if it looks like I'm just kind of clunking through menus and not knowing what I'm doing, because in fact, I don't know what I'm doing. But moving on, thanks everybody for the great wishes about Elder Geek turning 4. A special thank you goes to my brother, who just sent me Mystery Science Theater 3000 Volume 23, which has King Dinosaur, the Castle of Fu Manchu, Codename Diamond Head, and Last of the Wild Horses, and it's got a bunch of little extras on here, it seems, as well. He and I used to be just gigantic Mystery Science Theater MST3K fans, yeah, thanks to my brother for that. Moving on, today is a big news day, and I am kind of sad about some of these little news pieces. Actually, sad about most of these news pieces. 2 out of the 3, let's say. That's most. First, let's actually start up on a positive note today. Today, it seems as though that it's coming forward that Gabe Newell is saying that Steam is going to be available on Linux soon enough, which is great news for PC gamers everywhere, especially PC gamers or PC players and PC enthusiasts who don't particularly care for Windows and don't particularly care for Apple either. So that's just awesome news. And, Gabe Newell just making business for himself by trudging into where other businessmen don't want to go, and it seems to be just working out incredibly well for him. I am personally not a Linux user, and I only know a handful of Linux users, but I'm really excited about this fact. I probably never will be a Linux user, but still, that's awesome. That's really fantastic news for Linux users out there everywhere. I hope. I don't know. I don't want to go too far into it. But that's the first little bit of news. Second bit of news, and this is huge. Adam Sessler is done with G4. He has officially left G4. According to an article from Kotaku, it seems as though that he and G4 have parted ways, and it does not sound like it has gone. It does not sound like they've parted ways on good terms either. In a statement from Sessler's representative, and according to Kotaku, it says, television personality Adam Sessler and television network G4 are parting ways, with Adam's last episode as host of G4's X-Play airing on the network today, Wednesday, April 25th. Adam has been hosting the show since it first aired as ZDTV's GameSpot TV back in July of 1998, and he has also served as editor-in-chief of games content at G4. His current projects include starring as himself in the summer 2012 movie Noobs, and consulting with a film production company on theatrical theater adaptations of video games. As Adam intends to stay in front of the camera and continue as key voice within the games industry, he also sings and is available for weddings and bar mitzvahs. So, best of luck to Adam Sessler. I don't know what any of your thoughts are about G4. You can have whatever thoughts that you have about that network, but I have nothing but the utmost respect for Adam Sessler. I think that he's a brilliant person. I think that he is I don't know. I find him to be one of the few people in the video games industry that thinks before he speaks, and for that I totally admire him. S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2, officially dead. Not gonna happen. Sad. Sucks. Really sucks. But out of that comes Vostok Games. Now, I'm going to throw up a link for Vostok Games. The way it works out is Vostok Games is the company that basically came out of the ashes from GSC Game World when S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2 was frozen, I should say, when S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2 was frozen indefinitely. They have actually just been founded last month, March of 2012, and now they are going to be working on a new free-to-play, massive multiplayer online first-person shooter called Survarium. S-U-R-V-A-R-I-U-M, Survarium. Sad that there's not going to be a S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2. I was really very excited about a S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2 because we even had reported on that. I think last month we were actually talking about S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2 and how there was footage that kind of came forward about S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2. But it's nice to see that these people, who are clearly a very talented group of people, still working and hopefully still going to be earning a paycheck for themselves and still going to be making some type of gaming for us. There aren't too many free-to-play MMO-sized first-person shooters out there, so if they strike while the iron's hot, they might make it big for themselves out of this mess. But again, sad news, but you know, good news that they're still working. Sad news that S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2 is dead, but good news that a group this talented is still up and running. So there you have it. In user letters, actually, I got one the other day from Nicholas, who wrote, "Hi there to the whole Elder Geek team. Just wanted to comment on your video in which you were asking if Skyrim is still interesting or not. I think Skyrim, as well as Morrowind and Oblivion, and of course Fallout 3 and New Vegas, will remain on my computer until I get a new machine. In the first couple of weeks after Skyrim's release, I could not stop playing it. It had everything I loved about an Elder Scrolls game and more. Having almost no restrictions in a game is so refreshing, but can sometimes be overwhelming. I think Skyrim is not a good game to play as a snack. For me, if I'm bored and I'm looking for a shallow experience, a first-person shooter will do the trick. If you can't really immerse into Skyrim, a lot of the experience is lost. However, these are moments when you play less and less until you finally forget about Skyrim. Until you stumble across some awesome mods. God, I love mods. Or it's a cold winter day and you feel like having a mead and brawling through the taverns." As I watched the Skyrim announcement trailer, my first reaction was to install Oblivion and a ton of mods, and I loved it right from the beginning. Again, Skyrim is a true masterpiece, and I'm looking forward to playing it again and again. Another thing I think worth mentioning is the sequel to Amnesia, called Amnesia: A Machine for Pigs. Frictional Games got together with the Chinese Room, and they're working on the next mind-numbing masterpiece, coming fall of 2012. Make sure your nerves are ready and your blankets are soft. Thank you, Nicholas. I appreciate it. He apologizes for his German, or for his English because he's German. I apologize for my reading, just because I apparently can't read well today. But I do appreciate the feedback, and I did the exact same thing you did. As soon as I saw that Skyrim was coming out, I reinstalled Oblivion, played the hell out of it, and just did a ton of mods. And in fact, I did a little video a while ago called ElderGeek.com's favorite Oblivion mods, which actually got pretty big, which I was happy to see. But those were just some nice small mods that I thought made the Oblivion experience a lot more playable. By no means were they like the biggest mods or like the absolute sweetest mods that would like totally break people's brains, you know, how awesome they were, and of course there was Nerim and everything like that. But those were the ones that I always install whenever I play Oblivion, and I almost can't play the game without them. But thanks again, Nicholas. And as far as Amnesia: A March for Pigs, that title alone reminds me so much of just Nine Inch Nails. There's so much Nine Inch Nails in that title. It's not even funny. Like A March for Pigs, or A Machine for Pigs. I'm sorry, A Machine for Pigs. It just makes me think of Pretty Hate Machine, and then there was March of the Pigs. So it's kind of like the title is the squishing of those two very Nine Inch Nails-y titles. But I'm absolutely psyched for the sequel to Amnesia. We were one of the first video reviews to go up for Amnesia. In fact, we were really lucky to do a preview with Amnesia, and I hope that Frictional Games will let us do a preview again, because there was a huge bump in our subs because of that video. But I bet if you actually just, you know, Google search Amnesia video review, it might actually be the video review that I did over a year ago now. But thanks again for the letter, Nicholas. That's all the news that I have for today. Like I said, 2/3 out of the news today, really sad. But, you know, I guess there's going to be good things coming out of all of these things. I hope you've all enjoyed the gameplay footage in the background. If you have any questions, please feel free to send them to info@elder-geek.com. By the way, there is not going to be an Elder Speak tomorrow, because tomorrow is actually going to be a game club day. And tomorrow's game club is going to be Grimrock. Now, if you have any comments that you would like for us to read, or any comments that you would like for us to, like, air on the show, let me know now. Say them here and now, and I will get them onto the show tomorrow. Now, the reason why we couldn't get Offspring Fling into a video format last time was because I could not find a way that without costing myself a couple $100 to actually capture Offspring Fling. So that was the only reason why that episode of Game Club did not make it onto YouTube. But Grimrock is definitely going to be here. So if you have any comments on Grimrock, please let me know, and I'll get those onto the Game Club episode for tomorrow. And in the meantime, any questions or any comments, send them to info@elder-geek.com. You can subscribe to us on YouTube. You can follow us on Facebook and on Twitter. And by the way, thank you, everyone. We broke 1,000 followers on Facebook. Let's keep that number going. And that really should do it for me today. Thanks so much. I won't talk to you tomorrow, but I will talk to you all on Friday.